There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
Welcome back to Benjamin Zulu Global Show. My name is Sylvia Kirimi. Now, we are having an amazing conversation today, and let me introduce it with a scenario that is written to Benjamin Zulu here. There's a lady who is saying, "Hi, Mr. Benjamin. We've dated for 2 years, and he's planning to settle down with me soon. He said he had impregnated a girl and was so happy that he would soon be a dad. When I asked about us, he said we would talk but went silent for 2 weeks. Now he's back and says it was a prank. I'm confused." I don't know what to think about this conversation and what the lady has written here. But today's topic has something to do with such things, because we are discussing signs that a man doesn't love you and you're in love alone.
So that lady's question,
Yeah.
would it ever come up if she was dating celibate?
No. Not really.
It would never come up.
Yes.
She has lowered her standards. By the time people are pranking you with getting others pregnant, it means sleeping with people is normal here. You're doing it with him. Why are you even dating 2 years? Women forget that their time is very short. Your seasons are very short. By the time you're donating 2 years, hypnotized in a thing with a person, don't even know where it's going, you are the most stupid person to yourself. You will call yourself that when you're 45. You will look back at the behavior you had at 28 and say, how silly was I?
Wow.
You will look back and call yourself stupid. And now, the consequences of being out of season as a woman are too severe and unforgiving. I wish there was a way to keep a tally for you. How many women I meet in their 40s with nothing to show in their life, and they did not commit any big sin apart from these stupid things, these ones. You pour yourself in a thing for 2 years, it
True.
ends, you take another 3 years to recover, get another 3 years, it ends, take 4 years to recover. By the time the third one, you don't have energy
Yes.
to open yourself anymore. You sort of give up. My relationships never work. I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah.
In the day you become intentional and you respect process, high standards will protect you from low vibrational behavior. This is low vibrational behavior, where people are just playing with you like a kid.
Yeah.
You have lowered yourself too far. That pilot was transporting some cargo on a cargo plane, and he said that the plane seemed to have been invaded by rats. They were giving them a lot of problems, and he was told, okay, it may be a lot of work to go back, get it fumigated, just increase your altitude and open windows, they'll fall off.
Yes.
Sometimes it's when you are so low that the rats are comfortable to harass you.
Yeah.
You need to raise your altitude to a place where rats
Will fall.
yes. When you don't know the treasure you carry as a woman, you continue giving it to paupers. The curse of life is to only learn you used to carry gold after it has been stolen. It's a curse to learn that you used to be an owner of gold when you never learned to protect it until it was stolen.
Yeah.
You carry gold. I don't know who told women to behave that cheap. They themselves are to blame because they skip the face. I saw a guy popping a proposal ring on a graduation. This girl graduating on undergrad degree, and she's taking photos, and he pops,
Ouch. What?
takes the knee there, and she's excited, saying yes. And there was a lot of debate there with people. And I was telling them, that woman has committed the same atrocity that has been committed by women. And they sold their birthright like this. She has skipped the singleness stage in its entirety like this.
Yeah.
The man is not popping the ring from the blues. Obviously, you had a relationship when you were a student.
Yes.
Mistake number one. To choose who you spend your life with when you're in a microclimate of school is plain stupid. You don't know that world. And you're making decisions for that world when you're when you're tied in a space that you can't even see the world.
Yes.
Common sense says, I'll cross the bridge
When I get there.
Thank you. But impatience says, I need somebody. People are married. Me too.
Life is short. You only live once.
And even your auntie told you to come home with 2 degrees. 2 degrees.
Yeah.
To come home somewhere.
Yes.
And I told them the most blunt mistakes, the mistakes that hurt the most, are people skip directly from graduation to marriage. There's a phase of life there that you're supposed to face the world and design a path of life.
Yeah.
Design a way to live. Set a standard, set a bar. Also see which options exist.
Yes.
Why is somebody coming to date you in college and you don't know the world? Why are they coming from the world to a college? Is that a sincere person? Sometimes you should also think. Don't be brain dead. Why is a person coming from the outside world to come talk to a student? What do they know that you don't?
Yeah. They're distracting.
And if it's you and a fellow student, it's even worse. You don't even know what you're becoming. You don't even know what you shall be.
Yeah.
But because women have made themselves mentally disabled to bear their own life, they want a man who can bring them money. So if you're dating a guy with a car, now you're prestigious. Nobody thinks that I'll buy my own cars. Nobody thinks that that's not anything special. With time, I'll get them.
Yes.
Can I find true love? And then we can add cars on top of true love. Then we can add prestige on top of true love.
Yeah.
We can add money on top of true love. It says, to your faith, add these things. When it comes to marriage, you need to first of all start with love, preparedness, then add these things on top there. That quotation you quoted there is part of what we struggle with. When we don't know when is it time, what is the time by my watch? Where am I going? At what time should I arrive?
Yeah.
What makes for success? What does not make for success here? So today I want to tell you some of the signs you will know when you're dating yourself. You're in love alone. You're carrying 2 treasures that men desire. Lustful men want your body. Sincere men want your soul. With your body, of course, but they are more concerned with your energy, your vibe, your mentality, your attitude, your outlook on life. That part. You are 2 dualities. If you go deeper, you find there are 3 actually, but let's assume they're just 2, the visible and the invisible. Without separating the body, soul, spirit, let's just take the body, the visible, and then the inner person, your soul. Let's just pick those 2, and you will see which men focus what.
Okay.
So the men want to chew you and use you to masturbate, to scratch their lust, to gratify. They focus on your body and they don't care anything more about you.
Yeah.
They obsess. They imagine. Even their conversation says it. If you look at what a man is telling you, you can tell what he sees.
Yeah.
If he only focuses on the physique, that's all he sees. The man who sees long term also wants to know your mind, your outlook, your views, your opinions, your ideas. Where you see yourself in the days to come, where you're coming from, what you've been able to do to yourself, how you evolved. The story of your evolution is the music to the ear of a mature man. He wants to hear the battles you fought, the struggles you went through, the victories. There are things that you talk, and the man who sees your soul comes alive. The dreams that keep you awake. The hopes that bring tears to your eyes. The fears that make you cringe. What the worst scenario you don't want to see in this life? For most women is for me to not be there to raise my children. for me to get children with a father who cannot be there for them. For most sincere women is to be at the mercies of the world.
Yeah.
And for most sincere men is for their family to not have him to protect them. For him not to be able to feed, protect, shelter his family. It's not death we fear so much. It's what death interrupts that we fear.
Yes, sure.
Most of us are pretty okay to die when we are done with our work. Don't want to live forever. This world is not that sweet. You don't have to be here for 300 years. That's not the goal. The goal is, can I be alive long enough to finish? To see my children cross and become parents themselves. Become adults who can maneuver this world. Can I see my children begin to win victories of life? Can I deliver on my mandate to my generation?
Yes.
Can I pour out my gifts? Like the late Miles Monroe says, he wants to die empty, having poured out everything he brought. Seeing himself like a container that came full, he came to deliver. And he didn't want to go back with what he came to deliver. He wants to pour all of it.
Yes.
The right man wants to see how you have evolved. Your fears, your hopes, your dreams. Do you know, by just watching a person sing, all the art that they enjoy, all the jokes they respond to, all the things that melt them, you can get an inkling of their soul. That's why the right man wants to walk around with you, drive with you, talk, just to see the inner person. The inner person.
Yeah.
They just want to hear what you wish, the opinions you have, the funny things you remember, the life you're trying to create, what you hope for. A vain woman has nothing to say on that realm. When a woman is bound in her body, just makeup, no problem with makeup, but some are just obsessed with it. Their body. They have no conversation on that level. They have nothing to tell you. That's why I could see this girl is accepting to be engaged. It's a mistake to jump from one family, your parents' family, to another family. That should be common sense. I thought so.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought you were being so caged by your parents' rules. You can't wait to at least live by your rules for a while.
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought there should be a time you are not reporting to anyone. Why are people skipping that?
I think the society has also contributed so much in this.
They make women feel like animals. If you are alone, you might get pregnant. If you are alone, you might sleep with everything. Why are you allowing people to insult you? Assert your individuality by saying, no, I'll rent a one bed sitter in somewhere in Oloitoktok. Let's say you're in Masai Mara. Just imagine some place.
Yes.
Leave home, go to the nearest town, hustle there, stay, put curtains in, put mattress on the floor. That's how life starts.
Yeah.
Get to know how rent is paid, then get to decide. As for me, I want peace. As for me, I would like sincere happiness. As for me, I want to travel. I would like friendship. I want to belong to groups. As for me, I would like some money. As for me, I like this kind of trust. This kind of class I like, this kind of areas. I don't want to live in this kind of hot. Oh, this is too hot. I would like to drive this kind of car. You know what? By the way, I also like this kind of career. I'm not enjoying this much. I'm trying to navigate. I want to do a master. Can I do it? When will you structure that? When you're jumping direct from this to that.
Yeah.
If you love yourself, give yourself and it comes once in a lifetime, I'm sorry. The season when you could be alone, living on low budget, and waking up at the time you want.
Yes. It's just that time.
That's the time you write the constitution for your life, the things that will matter and the deal breakers. That's the time you decide, I want this, I don't want this.
Yes.
Either this or I'm out. This is the time you decide the kind. You even do you know graduation filters your friendships? You realize most of them are not even friends, or just circumstantial. We're just in the same context.
Yeah.
And many of the people you even wanted to marry fall off. The ones who thought were marriageable, they fall off.
Yes.
People are being sustained by parents' pocket money. Now people can't even hold their own weight. People can't even sustain, can't even fight. People can't even hold themselves. The next 4 or so many years, After this graduation, that's when you see true people coming up.
For who they are.
Psychologically, they also reach 25, the brain stabilizes, you get to see the individual. Previously, they were an extension of their family, extension of the religion, they grew up in many of them are very spiritual, but it was just superficial. You realize it becomes something you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Other people looked unassuming, just quiet, but they're very steady. The women who emerge to be wife materials, they prove it several years after you leave that campus. You will meet when they have taken the shape of who they are. Without the influence of Christian Union or going for missions or calling each other, meeting
Parents' pocket money.
Can you find people when they have brushed the world for a few years? You sit across the table, you realize, I never noticed this person in campus, but now I'm impressed.
Yes.
They're very steady. You get to see steady people when they're somewhere now 25, 26. You left campus when they were 22, when they're 23. You get to see that they're sleeping with their bosses to get shortcuts to business. They can't say no to manipulations. They can't live without fake lifestyle of living Kilimani to bedroom here. Somebody sustaining them to post on Instagram. You see fake lifestyle and you used to think this is a solid person.
Yeah.
Somebody else returns home in Maimahu and they're stuck there. You know, I've not found a job yet.
Yeah.
I'm still in up country. They can't imagine the sunshine, wrestling in the sun. They can't imagine. So they're just there, doing nothing, waiting for interview to be called. They don't even have airtime. You'd have married a very lazy, you'd have married a coach.
Yes, if you married that person
Yes.
while in campus.
At that time, they were just polished, clean, because somebody was sustaining them.
Yes.
Can you let people leave campus, you see them take their level? Let them take their level. You'll be surprised. Some will cohabitate with somebody because they can't face existence.
Yeah.
Some will hide. They'll just live with their sister or whoever, and years go. And that's all. That's how you realize this person is too lazy for life. Others settle for very abusive jobs. You know, those jobs that pay you nothing and misuse you. But this person can't make any decision. This person can't even stand up. They're being killed by depression, by a useless job. And they can't even sell chapati by the roadside because they have ego, have a degree.
Yeah.
The degree becomes a decree. A sentence.
Yes.
You need a person who can roll their sleeves and do what they need to do.
I remember sending someone a job opportunity I had somewhere. And they asked me, now, when I get a job there in that town, where will I stay? And I was like, huh?
It's like a king. Very enough standards to accommodate a person like me. You stay where people stay. Are there people there? Do they sleep in the bushes? Join the bush. My friend, welcome to hustling. You know? And you realize I can't help this mentality. You realize the problem was their mentality.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry for suggesting that kind of...
that you can go far and start a life.
So, I just want you to know that there's a phase. And for men who are awakened, they're looking for that resilient spirit. You want a woman who's resilient.
Yeah.
Because some of the goals will delay. And one person who did not know that sometimes goals don't come when you want them. They test your patience. They delay, they prolong, they postpone, they frustrate you, you almost give up. You wake up again, set the goal. You know, it's very difficult. Every Christmas you're setting the same goal. That goal has not come. You revisit your goals for a year, your resolution, it is still there.
Yes.
It is still
even the goal needs a goal.
You know, you need a person who doesn't give up.
Yeah.
You can give up. You can give up. One couple wanted a good car to be moving around their whole family. That a bigger race to travel around.
Yeah.
They had a nice but small that was too tiresome when they travel long distance. It was getting too hot. Kids crying all over. You know, it's a small space. But they wanted one that is big.
Yes.
That kids can do sightseeing, they can whatever. But getting that car was a tall order because it costs more. They wanted a clean one. They didn't want to buy these second-hand ones that keep breaking down somewhere in the middle of nowhere. They wanted a clean import.
Yeah.
So they set the goal the first year. When they had saved quarter of the money, another problem came, the money was consumed. The goal rolled to second year. Second year, they were still in debt because of other problems that will come.
Yes.
That year, the house became more urgent than the car. They need to build the house first because they can't be accommodated in this rental.
Yes.
The house took 3, 4, 5 years. That goal kept being postponed.
Yes.
And they're saying, you know, it's very easy to give up and forget about it. They were telling us that when it was there, congratulations, huh? You should hear the story of that coming. So tell us congratulations. And the guy is saying, had I married a woman who does not believe, who is not as resilient, it will never happen.
Yeah.
Very clean machine. Germany machine. They had a sense of class, a touch of class. And you see them having this aura, driving into every place with an aura.
Yeah.
Say, my friend, let me tell you, this machine was 7 years in the making.
Wow.
7 years in the making.
Patience, hope.
You try, it falls through.
Yeah.
Oh, let's try again. Oh, okay, let's try. That's what a real man is looking for.
Yeah.
A woman who is persistent and resilient. So 2 signs you shall know when he's only after your body or short term or he can't see you for who you are.
Yeah.
Number 1 is when he gives you ultimatums, when he makes you feel replaceable. The moment a man says, if you don't do this, I just look for someone else, he doesn't love you. When a man has loved and seen you as the plug-in for his life, he can never threaten you because he knows he can't replace the person who fits in his life like that. When a man has tasted your love and how you improve his life, how you bring him to better reasoning, how you excite his senses, how you make his cell come alive, or his cells come alive, his dreams come alive, his energies begin to flow, he can't dare discuss losing you. Some men don't love you, others cannot love you. There are men who cannot love you because they're too tied to the physicality of things. They only see you as a body. They don't have an insight to their own soul, so they can't see insight to your own soul. The vocabulary of mindset, dreams, vocabulary of peace, vocabulary of joy, fulfillment, happiness, does not exist to them. For them, it's just about dashing figure, good shape, sweet, sexy, hot. That's all they can say about you.
Yes, because that's all they can see.
It's very easy in this world for a man to be pulled into the physicality and sensuality of women, and that's all. He's locked there. He's easier now to manipulate. They put a good car there with a sexy woman next, and he buys because of that. He has not taught himself to see the inside of things, the soul of things.
Yeah.
So the moment a man says, do this or I leave you, you should leave. He will still leave. Or he will make you feel always replaceable, not enough, not sufficient, self-doubting, forever. Men who love you, who are good for you, make you feel like it's only one of you in the world, which is the truth. You're not replaceable. Nobody can get another like you.
Yeah.
You should know that truth and allow only a man who understands that truth. And the moment a person begins to say, if you don't do this, and they treat themselves like they are the prize, you are lucky to have them, you should feel insulted. Anytime a person says you are lucky to have them, they are lucky to have you.
Yeah.
They are lucky to have you. So, and the second sign that you know if a person is not with you for the long term is when they do not nourish your inner being, when they don't invest into making you feel elevated, seen, accepted, divine, rare, special.
Yeah.
Bad boys excite your body and they give you craving for sex, craving for indulgence. The soulmate has a time to excite your body, but many times particularly during dating and conversations, they leave your mind racing in all the right directions. They leave your dreams beaming.
Yes.
They lift your self-esteem, your concepts. They leave you believing in the impossible. You can tell the right person because the effect on you is elevating. You can tell the right person for you because when you've been with them, you walk with a spring in your step. You can sit with yourself and feel like you're in good company.
Yeah.
You can remember things they said and you smile, not because they were jokes, but because they are so deeply true and uplifting. That person has the right word for the season. The Lord God, it says in Isaiah 50, has given me the tongue of the learned, that I may know how to speak a word in season to him who is weary. This person knows how to speak a word in season to you when you're weary. And they can pick it when your spirit is heavy.
Yeah.
And lift you with words. And you remember it, you feel, that's my soulmate. That person who lifts me when I feel down. Sometimes even when they're not sure, they'll sit there with me and I know I'm not alone. When there's a confusion, things are not doing well, we can just keep corresponding after every hour or so to just journey through it together. Sometimes we don't have solutions, we only have each other. Even me, I don't know what I can do, but can we figure it out together? That's the definition of soulmate. If this man does not give you that assurance of feeling that you're with someone for everything, you are trying to settle in the wrong place. Now, when you look at those two signs, that this person doesn't love you, cannot love you, they make you feel dispensable, replaceable, and they never nourish the inner being. You can see how disastrous it is, because these are not easy to discern. You need to really listen. But if you mix sex in between, will you discern them?
No.
Thank you very much. When you observe carefully and even hold back and say you are keeping intimacy for marriage, jokers will generally get tired or get angry. So you'll be left to evaluate the real man.
Yeah.
There's a man who loves you but only sees the physique of you. Beautiful women should be careful.
Yes.
You can marry a person who only wants to taste your body, who is obsessed with your beauty, but they don't see the real you.
Yeah.
So their love for you will end with the physical. And they don't know how to nourish your mind.
So unfortunate, yes.
If you don't listen after conversations, you feel elevated, challenged, stimulated. Are you left your juices flowing in possibility and peace and fun? Not always that all conversations are romantic. Sometimes we're just talking life. But the overall effect of energy with this person, does it jerk you with energy or it weighs you down? If you learn to listen that way, it will be easier to tell who to keep in your life, not only for marriage, but even for other partnerships. You can tell who your conversations uplift each other. Yes.
Wow. I've been thinking about this. I don't know if in your psychology and your wisdom, you've encountered this learning to love someone. Is there such a thing?
You learn a person,
Yeah.
then they rhyme with what you would like. You don't tell yourself, let me practice loving Sylvia. Just learn how Sylvia thinks, how she lives, and you like so much of what you're discovering. So you're not learning to love them, you're learning them, and then you're loving what you find.
Okay.
You discover them,
Yes.
and you find they are the type you would like. You might have been in the same environment, but you never knew each other personally.
Yeah.
But when you begin talking personally, you discover how they dream, how they think,
Yeah.
what they want out of life, their perspectives. They rhyme so much with you. So it's when you get to talk, you realize you connect on many areas. You're not learning to love them, you're learning them.
Oh. Yes.
That's why when you learn a person and you don't like them, don't marry them, even if they're a very good person. The chemistry is not there.
Yeah.
Chemistry is a complex combination of personality, mindset. You can find a very decent person and you wish you loved them.
Yes.
You can find them very, and they can even be in love with you. But you're not in love with them.
Yes. There's just something that is off.
You don't feel them that
But
way.
they're good people.
Yes.
Yeah.
You try to keep them as friends, then they want you as partner.
Yeah.
The solution is to say, believe that you shall find one who is also a good person and you have good chemistry.
Yeah.
You don't have to choose.
Yes.
Either good character, but I don't attracted, or the ones I'm attracted, but they are bad people. You can find a person who is both good and you're attracted to them. Yes.
Wow. It's reminded me of way back. There's this guy who was all over me, and no one could believe that I don't see much. I
Because
think
he's so
he was
good.
he was a suitor, like that guy that every mother would want their daughter, but I couldn't explain. Now I understand. I couldn't
Exactly.
explain why I don't see all that.
You're right.
But generally, the guy was good in everything else. Well, it's not that I'm understanding these things. Now, Benjamin Zulu is giving us insights and wisdom on love, dating right, and being in the right relationships. Mentors who are generous write books, and Benjamin Zulu has written several books. I have 8 books with me, and today I'm going to talk about the dating package. He has written Dating Right, Lasting Love, and Before You Say I Do. That is the package I'm going to talk about today, because they are really, really amazing books, and they are relating to this conversation that we're having today. Please grab these books on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com. Thank you so much for being with us. Bye-bye.
There are conversations that shape how we live, conversations that help us navigate challenges of life, conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential.